Yo, 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 what's going down? This is Brown 96, and I present to you the Hip Hop Spot podcast theme. Yeah, yo, I like to introduce to you a product of the hood, a product like the product you get caught up selling in the hood without the sugar and the foolery. So don't you try to fool me. Done enough years of hooligan, so don't test. Get your jewelry taken, leave you visibly shaking. But I've learned the hard way. Listen to the theme of today, and can show you the way. Not to say I got the answers, but the answers lie between your eyes. Yes, it can decide if you stay alive or become dormant. Got the passion for the soreness. I'm in the stage of my life where I think I need some balance. I thought I needed status, but now I know that it's a balance. Yo, welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Let's see, let's learn your turn now. Welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Get ready, let's go, let's go. Yo, welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Let's see, let's learn your turn now. Welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Get ready, let's go, let's go. Smiling faces everywhere, but in private they're talking trash. You talking a good game just to get the money fast, but you're robbing the wrong people just for a quick buck. I'll expose you to face wannabe, so don't pressure them. I'm as real as they come, Doc. I'm hoping you can see this. Bring the power back to the people doing it the way we know. Practice discipline daily, although it seems to be hazy. I know la vida is crazy, but that's the only way out, without a doubt. Welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Let's see, let's learn your turn now. Welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Get ready, let's go, let's go. Yo, welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Let's see, let's learn your turn now. Welcome to the hip hop spot. Get ready, it's coming. Get ready, let's go, let's go. Yes, my gente, we're back to the Hip Hop Spot podcast. And like y'all know, I am your host, Brown96. Today is another motherfucking dope ass episode, because today we have the homie Danny Hastings, the legend. You know, if y'all don't know, you better ask somebody, because that is a fucking legend. And more so, it's a pleasure for me to present, and to introduce to you guys that may not know of him, because he's Latino, he's half Mexican, half Panamanian, and we gotta, we gotta put out the people, that have, we gotta put our people out there, we gotta highlight the people that have made moves, and also highlight the people that are trying to make moves right now, so we gotta highlight our people, feel me? So that is today's episode. He's gonna be joining us in just a moment. He gave me the thumbs up just a moment ago that he's gonna be coming in. Danny Hastings is coming in just a bit, but I want to just chop it up with you guys for right now. People are joining in. I've been doing this for about a year, the podcast. Whatever ups and downs or whatnot. But right now I'm actually working on a project. It's called The Evil. That's my solo project that I'll be, dropping hopefully in the next coming couple months. I got half of the project done. So now me and my homie SMK, we're also working on a project. It's called Kings. We've been working on that joint for some time now. We're gonna be dropping all kinds of content, So so keep an eye on that, because I believe that we got something really, really fucking dope. We got some words, we got some, we got some shit to talk about, and it's gonna go down. It's gonna go down for sure. We got a video lined up. We got some merch, some a clothing brand. We actually got a couple clothing brands that representing the people, the raza, and of course we got the project, got the albums and shit like that. But keep an eye out for that. We'll be promoting, no doubt. And y'all will see us, If any of y'all, drinking it up right now, keep it chill, because the hooters out there and shit like that. Not only that, but keep your immune systems up. I'll be drinking vitamins and shit. Right now it's a season. It's a season to get sick and all that, and it's a double whammy with this whole virus going around. So just stay indoors, do what you gotta do. Order out you know what I mean, order from Amazon or eBay instead of going to the store if you can, because you know what I mean. Let's keep our people healthy. You feel me? But yeah. So anyway, every time I drink, I gotta give me one of these. Anyone else fuck with these right here? These are dope. I love these right here. I cannot drink without having one of these. For real. I cannot drink without having one of these right here. These are fucking bomb. I cannot drink without it. You know what I mean? It's just not the same. So yeah, the homie Danny Hastings should be coming in just a moment. Right now, I just want to chop it up with y'all. See what's cracking. I'm gonna put on the special guest, Danny Hastings. Alright. Cool. Alright, my people. Alright. How y'all doing? How's everyone doing? How's family shit going? Eddie nothing like some music. I haven't drank for like, it's been some time that I haven't drank, man. Don't trip, I came to flip the script with my big ass lips and my big ass eyelids. I see you, I see you, I see you. See you from the rear mirror. Ain't nobody so clearer, can see me clearer. Feel the lyrical madness. I came here to squash shit, never mad, never mind. Picture some fucking music video like this. Be dope. Yeah, so we're gonna be having. Yo, what up? We're gonna be having the homie Danny Hastings in just a moment. Just one moment. Should be coming in. But I just want to remind people that to be out on the lookout for. I'll be dropping my new album pretty soon. Some motherfucking aliens We some motherfucking aliens. We some motherfucking aliens. We some motherfucking aliens. Man, these fucking filters are trippy, man. Yo, what's up, Amy? I'm just fucking around with the filters right now. I got the homie Danny Hastings coming in just a moment, man. You gotta stick around for that. It's gonna be dope. Bust the flow. Nah, you know I ain't good at freestyle, man. But I am good at making people laugh, though. I haven't drank for a while, man. Let me see if Danny's ready to come in. Man, what you been up to, man? Nah. You know my flow is so regular, but I kick flows sometimes that are kind of secular. But on the regular basis, I'm just do my work and just parlay every day, non-stop from LA to the Bay, with my big ass eyelids, small mouth, but I still get the high rips, no rest till like IDIE. Ooh, Danny Hastings, what's good, man? I'm just making people laugh, you know, like that. I had another one that was kind of funny too, man. It was this one. This one? Nah, it was this one right here. Yeah. And now we do it like this, yeah, we do it like that. Yeah, we do it like this, and we do it like that. Yeah. Yo, what's up with your big ass mouth, man? What's up with your big ass mouth? We do it like this, yeah, we do it like that. Yo, what's good, man?
You look mad different from when I first met you.
Just messing around, man. Messing around, man.
That's good.
Having a little drink, you know. Messing on a Sunday, man.
You were freestyling.
How you living, man?
You're freestyling. You're keeping the flow going. That's what's up, man. That's that good energy, man. You know.
Yeah, man. You know, we got to keep some good energy right now. You know, everyone's going through something right now, so it's like, you know,
it's crazy right now, man. But
it is,
I think there's hope.
Yeah, man.
There's with all this stuff is like we start to actually need to go inside ourselves and think what's good and what's important. And you know, bro, everyone right now knows somebody that died of COVID. Everyone. Like, I don't give a fuck, but I know that you know somebody, person who actually is listening knows somebody. We know somebody, that everyone knows somebody. It's crazy. But I don't mean to start the conversation on that note, but it's reality. It's what we're living. It's what we're living with, right?
No, that's life right now, bro. That's life. Whether you like it or not, that's life, bro. But bro, like, you're a big inspiration for us Latinos, bro. You know, and sharing the same heritage, you know, the same, you know, background, being Mexicano, and, you know, you being what would you call it? You know, because you know, there's when you're mixed, you know what I mean? What would you call it? You're like, it's a what? Mexipanian?
Yeah, I call it Panamex.
Panamex.
Yeah, Panamex. I'm the original Panamex. No, actually, you know, there was another original Panamex that was knocking niggas out. His name was Roberto Duran. If you don't know, now you know. Roberto Duran was Panamanian and Mexican, Chicano, just like me. Because my father was Chicano from Denver, Colorado, and my mom's Panameña. So when he was in the army, he went down there, you know, and then I came around. So for real, man, it's, but you know, I feel like we're everything, bro. Like, I feel like I'm Puerto Rican. I feel like I'm Colombian, Venezuelan, you know, like I see everyone the same as me. Like, you know, I don't really see, like, when I came to New York, I struggled with the whole Boricua Dominican rift that they used to have, because there was like a lot of Boricuas and Dominicans out. That shit was just like in the 90s, 80s, it was like war. You know, and I was just always like, man,
they had the Lion Kings out there, huh?
Why y'all fighting? Like, we the same, you know, like to the average racist, they ain't no different. You know what I'm saying? So I'll always walk like that, man. And I think that, you know, Latinos are growing up to like embrace each other and help each other out and do it for the kids too. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting older, we got seeds, you know, they can't be doing the same shit that we were doing. So, you know, I think it's time to recognize that what we have is precious It's important what we have, you know, and coronavirus will do it to you. Shit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I
man,
mean, not
thank
to
you, man.
knock
Thank you
other
for inviting me
races.
here, bro. I love hip hop's places, you know. I love like what y'all doing too with the culture and keeping it up and not trying to like just do the same old BS that the record industry's put out there, you know. And
Yeah.
yeah, man, I've been there for the beginning, bro. Yo, what's up,
Yeah, man.
Tito? What's
No,
going on? Tito's Mundo, I
for
see you
sure.
checking
Everyone
in.
joining in. That's what's up. That's what's up. Peace to everyone joining in.
That's what's up.
But
Armando.
like we as Latinos, we bring a special sauce into the mix. You know what I mean? We have our own little sauce that we bring in to mix up and put out there as content. And I think that social media really did a service for us Latinos because I noticed that there's more unity. And
There's more unity.
thanks to social media, we're able to communicate easier and able to get our point across much better. You know?
Yeah, man. Like for example, even somebody like Armando Tam, he knows it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Asian, Latino, it's the future. You know what I'm saying? And we've been knowing that. We're all mixed with all kinds of flavors in it, and we bring our own flavor into this country. For the longest time, I feel like it's like they weren't really checking for it because they really, I think also part of it is because we weren't really fully united. You know what I mean? So a lot of us was fragmented, and I feel that now Latinos are becoming more like, yo, if you're Cuban American, if you're Mexican American, if you're Puerto Rican American, Salvadorian American, Hondurans American, Colombian Americans, you're American and you're Latino. You know what I'm saying? We have different experiences than our primos and primas from down there. You know what I mean? They don't understand what we go through here. So instead of keeping it fragmented, we're going to keep it more together, And that's the only way we're going to win in all aspects, in entertainment, in music, in art, in business, in real estate, in banking, everything, bro. Like we're the future. We're the future for real.
No doubt, no doubt. No, yeah. I've been seeing that. I've been seeing unity a lot more than before. And but with that being said, I personally would like to know, and a lot of people would like to know because we look up to people like yourself. We look up to people that actually broke the barrier and was able to get across into not only into mainstream media, but into places where we are not allowed as race. We're not allowed in certain platforms because we may be seen a certain way. Feel me? So like, I look up to you, to your work, because of the fact that you were able to get into and be with the artists that were, and are still, idols to a lot of people within the hip hop industry. Now, let's go back and take it back to when you were a youngster and you had the passion. And you had the passion. Yeah, like a tape, like a cassette tape.
Rewind that back shit. To 1992.
See, I got introduced into hip hop, and that's why I named myself Brown 96 because 96 was when I really was fucking with hip hop, like hard. And back then I didn't really know shit. Like I didn't know people that was into it like that. And when you had that passion, what was your step? Like, what was your first step that you did to go out there and actually put your two cents into what you wanted to do in your career?
Well, before wow, that's the first one that did it, that solidified me, was the 36 Chambers, bro. I mean, when I photographed 36 Chambers that year, I photographed about 30 something album covers. I was shooting an album cover every 2 weeks, bro, when 30 Chambers came out. And that's the basically, as soon as that came out, everybody wanted to basically, know who the guy that shot this album was, and before that I did Return of the Boom Bap by KRS-One, and one of the mega classics, and I did a Rumpelstiltskin project. But when this came out, bro, this shit was like in every corner, in every building, and every sticker of New York City. This like New York City was like, that image was everywhere, bro. And when it first got introduced on the airways by Funkmaster Flex, he was like, "Yo, who? This album cover is crazy, man. Who did this?" You know. And they shot me out, and after that, I was like, a rap, bro. You know, because I don't think hip hop was being shot like this. You know, before I came into the picture. You know, before I came into the picture, there's a lot of good photography. Don't get me wrong. You know, it was a lot of great portraits and things like that. But I was giving it more of like that. I was bringing the sound into the picture. You know what I mean? Like when you see these pictures, you hear, you see how they sound. You know what I mean? You.
It's that rage. It's that rage.
You're starting to imagine that. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. Wu-Tang Clan. You know what I mean? Like you start to feel that, and everything I was shooting had that passion and that love. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I feel like if you go to my website, Danny Hastings Photography Golden Era, you're gonna see here a lot of this stuff, man. I haven't been, you know, I've been promoting my film festival right now, so I haven't really, you know, look at this, bro.
Ooh, Jeru.
Yeah,
Jeru's a
Damager.
beast, man.
You know, we was doing this right here. This right here was done in matte painting, sort of like what Star Wars used to use back then. They used to do matte paintings. And then my photography came out very high contrasty. So I hire a painter, Hugo Bravo, to paint this. And then I blend this on Photoshop, but it matched perfectly, you know. Built in for Cuban Links. 25th anniversary this year.
Dang.
I think this came out 96, bro, that year that you were into hip hop, you were saying, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
When that you said that 96 was your favorite year?
That was a year that I got really into it, like when I started listening to hip hop.
So you must have had the purple tape. You had to have the purple tape because that came out in 1996. You know?
All the tapes that I had as a kid were all like mixtapes and shit that I would like.
Right.
What I would do, I was a sneaky little cat. Like I would buy tapes and record them onto another tape and return that shit. So that you feel me? Like I was a sneaky little one.
Yeah. So, you know, after that.
Nah, but I want to take it back even further back before that. Like that's when you already were on some like on a certain level. Like even before that, when you were lost, when you didn't have a clue of what to do to you know to go to the next step in your life. Like you were just a kid. You're just a kid, and you just you had a passion for photography, right? That's how your passion started, right? As a photographer.
Yeah, as a photographer.
And then where did you get your first camera though?
My first camera, I bought it from my uncle. Like my uncle actually was a photographer too. Like he was in Panama. He was a journalist photographer. And you know, I bought the camera and started getting into photography. And I was at the same time I was going to school. And my mom was like, "No vaya a ser fotógrafo, se va a morir de hambre usted. No vaya a ser fotógrafo." Like my mom was like, "You're not going to be a photographer. Look at your uncle," you know, type of thing. So, you know, I mean, typical, you know, parent trying to, you know, they don't understand the art. They don't understand how art works. And at that time, I already knew of people like Anna Leibovitz, and I knew of people like Herb Ritts and all these big time photographers that have mansions, man. You know, Abaddon, you know, all these big time photographers. I come from photography. I don't come from cell phone bullshit, you know, making image. I'm like a photographer. I used to develop film in negatives. Okay, just to show you, right? I got a couple of these at home, right? And these are negatives that I have for all my projects. You see this? This is how my images are saved. I'm about to. This is how my images are saved in negatives. You know, that's like the big punk cover right there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have 40,000 of these. So, you know, I came from that, like the real photography, conventional art photography that people see in museums, you know, and I applied that to hip hop. And when I applied that to hip hop, that's why I call that era that nobody else has. I have it in a certain way.
So your uncle, so would you say your uncle put you on game?
There was not a lot of Latinos out there, you know, like I gotta say, like I think I always hire, and some Latinos know I always was hiring and bringing, you know, the crew in and teaching them and showing them and stuff like that. And I think because I always been like that, I think that has helped me to go to a next level, you know, with filmmakers and film festival and, you know, attracting brands like HBO, Verizon Media, you know, Diageo. Yeah. I'm going for Netflix, man. Netflix got to come and show some love. You know, they will. Hey, we're talking. They will.
That's next, bro.
They're coming, man. Hulu's coming. All of them are coming.
They'll catch on. They'll catch on. Yeah.
Man, because it's a positive thing. When you do a positive, when you do good work and positive, you stay true to your name and you know, goodness comes, man. So I'm not worried about it, you know?
Yeah, so would you say your uncle put you on game, though? Or, like, who taught you photography?
Nah, I just bought a camera, and I just had to do it on my own, you know? Like, he had things that I admired, you know? Like, I admired, you know, because he was always a photographer. Like, one time, I remember when I was a kid, he went into an assignment to take pictures of somebody who just got shot. So he's like, oh, I got to go and take a picture. And he was babysitting us. So he's like, come with us. Come with me. And it was me, my brother, and a couple, and his kid, my cousin. And we go. And one of the things that impressed me was that because of the camera, they opened the police lines, you know, they gave him access. You know, and I was like, wow, a camera can give you access to things, right?
Okay.
Me, that was like, I never forget that, man. And then I started.
I see that light bulb. Turn on. Like, okay.
And when I came to New York, truth be told, the first time that I was trying to get any gigs, man, I went to network events, you know, conferences, music. I met Busta Rhymes before he was like Busta Rhymes, that y'all know. You know, I met the RZA before that. Like, that's how I used to go and meet these young cats that were grinding just like me, you know, and everybody had that energy. So I would hook up with them and take pictures and, you know, and that's how I became who I became, you know, just by, I think when you guys grow at the same time. So if there's people that are doing what you're doing at your age, you connect with them and, you know, you network, right? And you grow together, right? So that's kind of like what I'm doing for the festival, the official Latino Film Festival, which happens this week. You know what I mean? So if you haven't catch your tickets.
I got my tickets, brother. I got my tickets. I can't wait.
If you haven't catch your tickets, I think there's a sale going on up until 12 o'clock tonight, 25% off. Okay. Get them because they're not going to be any more cheaper. That's it. You know, tomorrow is going to be like 15% off. The next day is going to be like 5% off. That's it. It's done. You know what I mean? Because there's going to be a really big attendance. A lot of people are coming to the site to see the films that American Latinos are doing here in the U.S., bro. You're going to see films from your town, like San Jose, you know what I mean? Salinas, like you're going to see movies from the Bronx. You're going to see movies from Arizona, Texas, Miami. We got Cubans coming out with some good stuff. Chicago, bro. Like, and then one of the things I'm trying to tell everyone is that the official Latino because a lot of people ask, like, is it in Spanish? You know, is it like, what is official Latino? Means Latinx, okay? And Latinx means American Latino. It's not anything other than that. So when people get caught up in like, oh, you know, I'm Latino, it doesn't take away from you from being Latino, you know? But that word Latinx is very important because it unites the American Latino even more. Forget about what's going on in our countries. That's it. You know, we're on this side. We're dealing with different shit, different pressures, different everything, you know? So I think that because I'm going that way and because Official Latino is uniting all the filmmakers from the US, you know, those people behind me, those brands behind me, no. And there's going to be more coming. There's going to be more coming because we're the ones, let me tell you something, we're the ones that control, or not want to say control, but I want to say we're the ones that spend money here in the United States. We're the ones that buy cars. We're the ones that buy houses. We're the ones that are feeding our kids. We're the ones buying clothes. We're the ones buying sneakers. It's not our folks, our parents that speak Spanish. It's us. We're the ones that drive the economy for you as Latinos. So when y'all start realizing that, it's us, right, on our community that do that, bro, we'll be more powerful than ever, man. And see, we haven't realized that, or we haven't actually fought for it because we got brands and we got the machinery saying, we speak Spanish, shoot them Telemundo, give them Univision, give them Azteca, give them all that stuff, because we don't watch any of that shit, man. We don't. We listen to hip hop, or we listen to rock and roll. We create our reggaeton. You know what I'm saying? We create our own stuff. And I think Official Latino is showcasing that here in the United States, man. So that's that's where I'm at right now, man. You know, that's where I'm at right now. Like, if he doesn't benefit the community, right? If he doesn't benefit us moving forward, I don't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do it. It's got to benefit women equally as men. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of Latinas doing some amazing work, bro. That they're gonna, number one, they're gonna get recognized, and they're gonna get paid the fair share, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the same shit that happens to us, it happens to them. Nobody wants to pay a Latina her fair share. You know, and there's no reason why somebody should be making more than others. You know, and I've been acquiring all this throughout, man. There's a lot of things we gotta fix in our community. Machismo, number one, sexism, all that shit's got to be out the door, man, because we can't win like that. We can't win. We wind up killing each other. You know, when we're like, too machos, do this, like that, it's a wrap. It doesn't take us anywhere. You know, so it's about the mind, the family, the love, the community, and moving forward. If it doesn't benefit us, leave it alone, you know. And I think that a lot of other communities do it. You know what I mean? And it's fine. I mean, white people do it, black people do it. You know what I mean? And I feel like Latinos need to understand the power that we have, because we do. It's just, you know, diluted into, you know, what they think that we want to watch. Where they think that, you know, how we see ourselves. That's why when you see a movie and you see a Latino in a movie, you're like, where they get this? What happened? Right? I was watching, and I just get so upset when I see it, but I was watching Iron Man, right? And this dude, Tony Stark, is on the phone driving, you know, he's like, I don't know, I can't even remember the shit, but he's driving off a mountain. He's talking to somebody. He's like, hold on 1 second. And he stops. and a Mexican comes with tomatoes and giving his tomatoes like, here you go, Mr. Stark. Okay, gracias. And then Tony says like, hey, gracias for tomatoes. And he leaves. And I'm like, yo, is that
some stereotypical shit?
That's how they see us. That's the only Latino that was in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, man, nah.
But you know what though? I mean, check this out though. I talked to like a lot of people, like, you know what I mean? Just, you know what I mean? Either just smoking one up and just like, hey, yo, like, what do you think about this and that? And I started thinking about it, and there's like two sides to a coin sometimes, you know what I mean? So some of our people be doing some stereotypical shit too though, and they are the ones that fuck it up for the rest of us. You feel me?
I have my take on that though, because it's the only thing they're being offered, number one. So
yeah,
it's like because they haven't let Latino filmmakers come in and do the shit the way they really want to do it, which we're not asking, by the way. Fuck them. We're doing it ourselves. You know what I mean? So because they didn't let Latinos, and Latinas direct, produce, and write their own stories, right? You see a lot of stereotypes because, a white writer that is writing his only relation to our culture is probably through his Latina girlfriend. I'm not saying all of them, but, probably, or the maid or the mechanic. There's no real relations between a starting white writer and the Latino community. So he's going to write, or she's going to write from outside the community, right? That's why we become caricatures in films.
Okay.
That's why when you come to the official Latino Film Festival and you see the work that these Latinos are doing, you're going to be like, oh shit, that's me. Oh, that's my grandma. Oh, that character is my daughter. Or that character is my tío. Or, we're going to start seeing ourselves. And we can't wait for them to do it. We got to do it ourselves. So I realized that the way to fix it was to support the Latino filmmaker that is doing this stuff. And nobody gave me money, man, at the beginning. Nobody. I just was frustrated. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put $1,000 out of my own pocket and give $1,000 to the best film that was made here by Latino. And I just did it. And the next year I was giving $2,000. And the next year I was giving $5,000. And this year last year we gave $30,000 through HBO. HBO gave $10,000 to 3 filmmakers. Actually, they gave even like 2 or 3 more filmmakers. They gave like $60,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want to bring for the festival. And that's what I'm bringing to the festival. Verizon step in. We're doing another activation with a company that is looking for Latino and Latina content written, developed here in the U.S., stories from us, by us, and they have like $20 million in the pocket. And they realize, Grand Ave and Broken English realized that it's not that we have lack of talent in the U.S. That's not our problem. It's lack of funding. You see? We got a lot. I got filmmakers in our official Latino film festival that could be fucking directing The Mandalorian. Guarantee you, man. You see some of the films and you just like, holy shit, this film is so good. Guarantee you, bro. They could be directing Mandalorian. They could be directing Disney. They could be doing, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, because we have filmmakers that are prepared. And now they're getting funded. Now they're getting the attention. Now we can win an Oscar. Like, for real. We have Can
you imagine if people believed in...
We have an Oscar quality short film in our film festival, bro. And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. We have one film that I'm just like, and then there's a couple too, but there's one in there that is going to blow your mind. And when you see that, made by your community, it makes me nothing but want to help out. I want to make sure that I keep pushing everybody at the same time, bro. It's a lot of
It
love.
inspires
Bro.
you more. I mean, I just imagine like how many like talented Latinos have people pass by, weren't given the right opportunities, you know what I mean? The right chances, and like we could have had some like masterpieces made already as for film, as for music, you know what I mean? Just because they weren't given the time, they weren't given the funding or whatnot.
Yeah, it happened a lot, you know, during the 80s, the 90s. And it was basically, the problem was that I feel like because we're bicultural, right? We're American Latinos and we're also Latinos from our countries. You know, what was dominating the entire market was, you know, the Hispanic media, which was, you know, Telemundo, Univision, and pushing novelas and Chespirito and all that. I'm not mad at that. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's their hustle, whatever. But that was not what we as American Latinos were really interested in, you know, or wasn't really part of our culture, you know, and we gravitated more towards American culture and made our own stuff. Like a lot of us watch BET, MTV, you know, HBO, The Sopranos, you know, we were watching all that at the same time, creating our own movement and creating our own culture that is starting to get documented and put out there, you know? So it's going to be good times coming, man. And I think it's going to be a good time to be in what you're doing, music, content, our stories. I see it nothing but good because it's, these networks want it now. So.
They do, yeah. Are you a religious person? Do you come from a religious background, like with the folks?
I'm a very spiritual person. Like I believe in God, but I don't believe in any form of religion whatsoever, man. None. None. None.
I was gonna ask you, like, do you believe in, like, you know, certain things happen for a certain reason, and how do you call it? And how do you catalog that within like spirituality?
I think that I'm more aligned with like what Native Americans and Buddhists believe, and it's not necessarily a religion, and I think I combine all that stuff and make it my own, and I feel like God is within me. I feel like God is inside me, and I also feel like God is inside you, and God is inside the entire universe, including plants,
the inner light,
animals,
the inner light.
You know, yeah, it's within us, you know, and pardon me for saying this, but I don't believe in books that are written by men, you know, especially 2,000 years ago. You know, that's not the way, like Mandalorian. That's not the way, man. But you know, that's what I believe. But I respect what everyone else believes too. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you fucking never know. You never know, bro. We're not going to solve that mystery, man. We only solve it when we close our eyes in this body, in this temporary home for our spirit. When we close our eyes, we know, and then we go somewhere else, you know? And for your sake, you don't want to come back as a cucaracha, bro, because they're the worst.
That's that like the Eastern type of way, right?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I believe in that, man. And what do you believe in? What's your whole belief system?
I believe in I mean similar to what you're believing in, but I just believe in, like, basically, you know, what you put out is what you're gonna, like, come back to earth to try to, like, basically, if you're a fucked up person, you're gonna come back and try to be a better person next lifetime. And if you're never a good person, you're gonna always be in this fucked up earth. Right. Basically, you know, you're gonna come back, like a school. I think about it as a school. It's a school that we have to graduate from. Once we're completely graduated, then we stay in the you know what I mean, the spiritual world.
Yeah, spiritual being right now, like being spiritual right now is very important. because you gotta be connected with the higher self. You know what I mean? Like you gotta take your time. You gotta meditate. You gotta close your eyes. If you gotta pray to Allah, pray to Allah. If you gotta pray to Jesus, pray to Jesus. Because at the same time, it's the same thing as meditating. When you meditate, you get that same energy, right? Like you speaking to God. You like it's inside you, and it rejuvenates you in a way. And there's some crazy times coming, and you gotta unlearn and learn the new ways. You see what I showed you on those negatives back there? That's some old ways, man. I come from that, from printing. That's why I like my darkroom red light going on. You know what I mean? But I had to learn the new ways to stay up. And you guys have to do the same thing. You know, what's going to be driving the economy is anything through technology right now. Anything that has to do with technology right now, you guys got to get into technology like big time, because it's the money that is coming, man. You know, that's the real state of the new future, you know, owning digital assets, bro. So
having your own properties, your own properties.
I mean, you know, it's if you write a song, if you write a song and that song hits, and you register your song with a publishing company, you're gonna make money forever. If you don't sell your rights, you're gonna make money forever, ever. When that song plays, cha-ching. If I was you, I'll be making songs every day. Forget everything else. You know?
Yeah.
Forget everything else. And in the same thing with art and music and, you know, content. You create a content, it's yours. It's going to make you money forever. I mean, it might not start making you a millionaire right away. But if you keep on, eventually, when you look back, you're like, holy shit, I got 3,000 songs on this platform. Guess what? If those 3,000 songs start making 10 cents every minute, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to make money in the future. You know, it's about volume right now, too. It's volume. Put the volume out there and own that shit.
No doubt.
So,
man, the first time you made money, the first time you got money from a service that you put out, basically your photography, what was your thought back then? And what did you do to better yourself after that?
So such a good question. I love that. The first time that I made money, see if I got those pictures in my wall over here. I don't think I got it printed on the wall. But it was the Cypress Hills cover for the Source, and it was House of Pain. It was House of Pain. It was an article for House of Pain in the Source, and at the time it was like 1992, and House of Pain had the hit "Jump Around." They were like the biggest thing on the radio, on MTV, and the Source magazine was like, We'll pay you $60. That's the picture right there. That's my first gig. That's Everlast, looking like he's 24. That's House of Pain.
Jump up and get down. Jump.
Yeah.
Jump.
So that was the first time ever anybody hired me. They gave me $60. And that $60 to me represented, like, when you get paid for what you do, right? It's something like, it's an unbelievable feeling, man. It's like the greatest thing, because you created something and you got paid. And at that time, I was working in a lab, right? Printing pictures. And I was making like minimum wage. And I think the minimum wage was like $5 an hour, some bullshit like that. And my check was like $200, $300 a week. And I make $60. I make $60 for my first photo shoot, and it only took like 30 minutes. So I was like, damn, I can make $60 every 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'll be all right. And really, that's how I saw it. I was like, man, I'm making over here $5 an hour, but I just did this photo shoot and it was $60. That means if I got like 2 or 3 of these, it's money. And I put on the blinders like that, like the horses on the race, and I just went, bro. And I started knocking on everybody's door, bro. I was like 22. And I went to like Sony, EMI, RCA, Def Jam, all the big companies, and I would bring my artwork, my portfolio, and knock on their fucking doors, and they were like, "Who are you?" And I was like, "Hey, my name is Danny Hastings. I shoot album covers for, rappers and this and that, music, hip hop." I was just didn't know what I was doing really. And man, as soon as that Wu-Tang hit, it was a wrap, bro. I was shooting everybody.
So the labels are the ones that got you introduced to these artists, or did you already have a middleman that? Oh, okay, so the labels got you. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool,
it was the labels, because the rappers, like the artists were like, they were cool with me, but I never did business with the artists because, artists, it's always best to like create art, So I would go to the labels, and they were the ones that would give me the business and then introduce me to this artist. And then that's how I got paid always. I never had a problem, really, because sometimes you hear like, yo, these artists don't pay people, and you know what I'm saying? And you get caught up on that, but I never had a problem. It was always dealing with the labels. And now the labels are a little bit are cheap now, though. The labels are getting cheap, but it's not their fault. It's like the business is not the same as it was before.
Yeah, it's changed.
Yeah, man.
So like, besides House of Pain, so once you got introduced, were you already a fan of Wu-Tang before you took their first picture?
Well,
the album?
I wasn't really a fan of Wu-Tang because there was no Wu-Tang that existed before them.
Oh, that was the first album. That's right, huh?
Yeah, there was, it's not like a fan of Wu-Tang. I became a fan as they were coming out. So when Winner Protect Your Neck was the first time that shit came out, it was only Protect Your Neck for like a year. Oh, you know what I'm saying?
Wait, so you took their picture going in, not knowing their music at all?
No, yeah, I knew the music. When they hire me to do an album cover, I go and chill with the band. So I go and sit down with the band. I listen to the music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a process.
Get their take on their flavor, their style, and all that.
Was coming out, they were just coming out. It was only one song. And then I had to go and meet the RZA at a studio, and then he played me the entire album. The entire album was not even out. And I got to listen to the album, and he was like, yo, my whole shit is kung fu, flick movies, Enter the Dragon. I'm going to call it I was a fan of that too. So I was like, yo, I know exactly what you want. Boom, boom, boom. So that's how it really got. Like, I shot Eminem before he even sold one record.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
but how did you, like, my question is like, I know you got the style for it, but like mentally, visually, how did you see it? Because I know first you got to see it before you shoot it. First you got to see it before you paint it. First you got to see it before you write it. You know what I mean? So how were you visualizing it before you shot it?
I don't know. Like, I actually see it like that. Like when I was talking to the RZA, he was like, I want this to look like a monastery. Like, I want this to look like a monastery, like those kung fu monastery. And immediately I started thinking candles. You know what I mean? Candles, wood, and an altar. You know what I mean? I was like, yo, what if we make the gold, the logo, the Wu-Tang, we carve it out and we make it look like gold? And he was like, yes, right? So then I got my man Richard Bravo, an artist, Latino artist too. I was like, yo, I need you to carve me this logo on gold. And he went and carved that shit out of wood, painted gold, made it look like it was gold. And things come up when you're when you have a creative session, right, with with an artist, and you listen to sounds, and I was listening to a lot of like chimes and whistles and wind and flutes and, you know, all these like ancient Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with. So, you know, I was like, that's what I was. But Faith would call it, and the day of the shoot, not all the members came out, right?
Okay.
And and I had the whole setup. The whole setup was set. And he was like, nah, we're not going to shoot, man, because none of the whole clan is not here. But like a month before that, I was in one of the conferences called Jack the Rapper, which was a big conference in the East of rappers. And they performed, the Wu-Tang performed, and the Wu-Tang bum rushed an artist before them. They bum rushed the set and kicked them out and shit. And we're like, fuck, that was a fight. Ghostface Killer came out swinging. Everybody just kicked them out and then started playing Wu-Tang shit. And the whole place went bananas, but they all had masks. Yeah. And then they were like, yo, you don't know who this is. You don't know if this is Ghostface. You know, this is Ray, man. You know, and yo, that shit went bananas, bro. Then after that, fast forward into the photo shoot, I saw the opportunity that it was not gonna happen. It was like, yo, they're about to bounce. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yo, RZA, listen, how about if we do what you did in Atlanta at Jack the Rapper? You came with the mask, and you know, and he was like, and not see our face on the cover. I was like, yeah, man, you guys are the clan. It's like the Wu-Tang Clan. It's like everybody. It's not just one person. You know, it's like you're doing the Wu-Tang Clan. It's more focused, right? He was like, let's do it. He gave me like 15 seconds, bro. Like, so I was like, yo. And then we lined them up. We did the whole shit with the whole set, and they were like, during the shoot, they were feeling it, bro. And that's how that got done, bro. And sometimes you gotta rely on your improvisational skills, you know? Mm-hmm. You have to, like, sometimes when you're creating, you're painting, you might go left, you know, or you're writing, you might be like, put this word with that word, right? And I don't know, that part I cannot explain. Like that part that the brain sort of makes certain suggestions, like, is for me, it's like a flow when I'm composing a picture or when I'm directing, catching a moment. I think it's the same feeling that a rhymer gets when he's flowing. You can't explain that shit. You can't explain how you like go from da. You know, you can't. That shit just comes out, right? And the same thing when a painter is painting, like that moment is called the creative juice. I guess, I don't know.
No, man, but on the real though, like that style of the photo for the cover, that, you know, you have a big fingerprint into their style, into what became and what we know of as Wu-Tang Clan. Like, you are the imprint in there. Like, that's fucking deep, bro. Yeah, like, man. without the way you presented the first album, that's their first fucking album. Like, the world seen that, and Wu-Tang went along with that.
And that's the best look ever. Like, no other album. See, exactly. The thing what happened was that I was getting ready to shoot more stuff for them, but the thing that happened was that, and shout out to Raekwon. Raekwon brought me right back with Built In for Cuban Links. You know, that's my brother right there. And but there was a lot of people around them, you know what I mean, after they blew up. And those people around them started controlling more of like what the look is. But I had some fire for them after 36 Chambers. I was gonna do some crazy shit, man. We had like robes. We had robes, and like we were gonna take 36 Chambers to the next level. We went to the woods to shoot it like behind the you know, with some light smoke shit, and like the hoods were looking like They were like the Black Clan. Yo, that shit was like fucking amazing. We couldn't put it together because they were not seeing each other eye to eye in certain moments in there. You've seen it in the stories and the films, and so you know there was like little pockets of cliques. Like you had Ray and Ghost, and you had Method Man, and you know what I mean, like Redman doing his thing, and then you had over here like, so it was like little pockets, and everybody did well, obviously, you know what I'm saying. But we were in the photo shoot, and that shit went downhill, and I wasn't able to get my stuff. And after that, I was like, you know, it's just gotten really crazy. But you know, it was like trying to manage 9 individuals that all have their own business, and their own personalities, and their own, you know, stuff to take care of. And it was like, it was tough. So that's why the albums that came after that don't look like the first album, with the exception of Built In for Cuban Links. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you know, you created the 90s, bro. Like you created the 90s hip hop look, like for real on the covers. Like that is
Thank you. Yeah.
When I hear someone talking about hip hop in the 90s, like it's that look.
A lot of people feel that way, and I'm humble because, you know, I have my own lane. I have my own lane, and there was like a record that will come out and people already knew Danny Hastings shot it. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what was becoming, you know? And, bro, I can't complain, man. You know what I'm saying? It was set me up for my future and what I do now and how I do business and art. I still do it. I got a #1 record this week. A lot of people don't know, but I just shot the #1 rock and roll record, bro. It's called The Pretty Reckless with Taylor Momsen. It's on my timeline. She's getting like 300,000 hits on the cover, 400,000 hits, 1 million hits on the cover. You know what I mean? Like, so your boy hasn't stopped. It's just that, you know, I got a bigger mission too. Photography comes back. I got a lot of different venues, you know, of avenues.
For the youngsters, bro, for the youngsters, like with this passion, want to make something great, put their, you know what I mean, put their work to play, you know what I mean? Is it safe to say that when you have an intuition, when you have something that you aspire to do, just go with it? Or should you wait till the time is right?
There's no wait, man. Oh my God, don't even say that word. Don't wait. Don't wait. Like, even if, let me just tell you something, and you might just be, you know, might misunderstand me, but even if your shit is whack, bro, even if your shit is whack right now, you feel like you're behind, you don't sound like Drake, you don't sound like any of these motherfuckers, you don't sound, even if your shit is whack, put it out, because you're going to reflect on that and you're going to be like, I got to do better. And then do another one, and you come right back. And you're like, oh, wait a second, now 8 more people liked it, okay. And then you go back again, and you, even if you don't wait, because when you wait, something happens, and you get too conscious. You don't know if the time is right. The time is never gonna be right, man. But the time is always right. You feel me? The time is always right, because if you feel like, oh, the time is, you know, it's not right now, you're going to give yourself that excuse for you not to put your shit out because the time is not right. So I'm not going to release it. Yeah, the time is not right. Yo, you know how many people from the 90s I know that did that? A lot of people, man. And that opportunity came and went. They don't have that opportunity anymore today.
That's gold right there, man.
So don't wait. Get your Spotify on, get your SoundCloud on, put it on, get your music videos, put it on, like, and they keep coming. Be resilient and persistent. You know, because eventually, like I said, you're gonna look back and you're like, holy shit, I got 100 songs. you know, and you might look at your revenue and you're like, damn, but I only got $100. But it's only that one song, that one song, that one song. If you believe in that one song, man, that you think that you have that one song and you always believe that you have that one song, you're going to blow up, bro. Because it only takes one motherfucking song.
Oh, yeah.
It only takes one song, man. And once that song is on and it's popping, then you just hit it until you got a lot of number one songs. And that's how they blow up, you know? That's how they blow up. And
as for artists right now is a time, you know, a lot of people don't have the funds or whatnot to have visuals, because visuals is a big thing. Like, you have to have videos to be able to like get out there. Now, what would you say to an artist that like knows that has like good music and like it's like not wanting to get to the next level with visuals?
When you don't have, okay, so you can't compete with, you know, the music videos that are out there, right? Everybody's trying to look like they're signed. Everybody's trying to look like, you know, when you see Drake, you know, he's got the $100,000, $200,000 videos. You want to look like that. And you got, you know, artists always dropping, right? But you can't compete with that because a $200,000 video looks like a $200,000 video. The biggest mistake people do is trying to make their video look like $200,000. It's never going to compete. It's never going to look right. So you go the opposite, right? You don't put a lot of effort into that, but put a lot of effort into your skill, right? So you put a lot of effort into your skill, you know, of rhyming, your skill of personality, your skill on how you present yourself, you know, and you let that be the $100,000 value is you. So once you start like, you know, sounding better, you know, rhyming better, flowing better, flow is really important. Your charisma, people have to like you in order for you to blow up. People have to like you. If you're not a likable person, people ain't gonna fuck with you. And you might be introverted, right? You might be introverted, kind of like, you know, some artists are really introverted, but when they get in front of the camera, they get on and popping. And then when the camera stops, motherfuckers are like,
back inside the turtle shell.
no, I'm serious, man. I seen a lot of them are like that. I don't think Kanye is, you know, especially, I think if, you know, you can see, he'd probably be like, I don't know the man, but he'd probably be, you know, weird, you know, inside a room. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of them are like that, you know? And you'll be surprised, some of the loudest ones that you see like out there, they don't have like personalities like that. So what I'm getting at is work on your brand, on your character, right? How you're going to present, how people are going to see you. People don't want to see the real you. People never want to see the real you, because the real you is, you know, have problems, have things in the head, have relationship situations, you know what I mean? Have to do things that you got to do. People don't want to see that shit, you know what I mean? People want to see the artist that you created, the brand, whatever that is. They go to Busta Rhymes because Busta Rhymes is who he is. They go to Kanye because he presents that. Mos Def, he presents that. But they're presenting their artist or alter ego that they created. You know, they got baby mama dramas. You know what I'm saying? Just like everybody else. They don't put themselves, you don't see that, right? In the forefront. So work on your brand and stick to the brand. If you're going to rap about cultural values of the Mexican American, you know, and United States, you know, work on like how will Victor look? What will be his superhero, and then work on that. It's not Victor, is that other persona, right? And just keep hitting that, man, until he's right. And a lot of people, I mean, Cardi B is Cardi B, right? Cardi B is who she is. She rhymes out who she is, like that's who she is, right? Outside of that is who she is. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
Kind of brings that. But at the same time, now because that is the persona, Cardi B has other things like relationship stuff. She's a mother, you know what I mean? She might have to make breakfast, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not showing you all that. She's showing you the Cardi B brand that she created on the upfront and bring you WAP, you know what I'm saying? Or
no doubt, man. Oh man, see, this type of stuff, like you don't really hear it from other people that have had a long career and are staying persistent with their craft. Like you don't really hear like, you know, motivational things from other people. They want to keep it to themselves. It's like, you know what I mean? They like, you know what I mean? They're on some other level, but I mean, you're a really humble dude. Like you want to give back, you know, you want to give back and you want to help out other people that may have been in your shoes at one point to get to where they need to be in their lives. And that's really what this platform as well is about, you know?
Yeah.
It's reaching out, each one teach one, because not everyone, you know, everyone started at a certain level. And we all had some kind of help from wherever, you know what I mean, to get to where we are or where we need to be. As for staying persistent and staying on the grind and being able to keep your you know, the prize in your mind, you know, to stay motivated. How do you stay motivated? Like you have so much already that you accomplished. It's so easy to just say, I already did enough. Like, let me kick back. Let me just not put in much work because I've done enough. How do you at this time in your career, how are you still putting out content? How are you still persistent in doing work? Like, you know what I mean? You're still doing it. You're still on the grind, like you said. You're still, you know, dropping stuff for people that are still at, you know, I think
a creative mind, like I seen people like Tito Puente. You know who Tito Puente is? Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. I met Tito Puente, man. I met Celia Cruz too. You know, and those people were over 70 years old doing exactly what they love. And I feel like creative people, we never expire. Like we never, whether you're a photographer, a singer, a painter, the moment you expire is like when you limit your artwork to money. Like if you limit, like I can't be anything more than this because this is the value, then, you know, but art comes from your soul, right? When you're writing, when you're dancing, when you're, you know, creating pictures, when you're rhyming, there's no currency between your brain and that creative idea inside your whole, right? So you don't think about money, you're just creating. And then the money comes, right? Then the money comes and you just get used to a certain money. And then if you give that value, then when that money's gone, then you're gone too, right? So what motivates me is the currency of people, of community, of love, that's currency, man. You know, I'm rich because, you know, the love that I'm putting into the community is giving back, you know, and it's a back and forth relationship. So that keeps me motivated to see that the festival that I put 6 people on HBO. You know what I mean? That's, to me, is like, I do it for that. And then there's going to be more 6 people that are coming this year, you know, and we might possibly find a multi-million-dollar deal for somebody in the festival. And that keeps motivating me, man. Like, to me, that fills my soul. And I create, when people want me to say, hey, how much, let's discuss, and I give them what I'm valued, and they want to rock with me, then that motivates me too. Right? Because I've been, there's nothing wrong with understanding your value, and you say, hey, this is what I charge, and this is what I do, because I'm going to do a better job than everyone else, because I only do Danny Hastings. That's, so I can only do what I do. So I'm going to do better than anybody else does, because I'm the only one that can do Danny Hastings. You know what I mean? Yeah. And if you believe that for yourself, you can command whatever you can command, man. There's photographers right now that start fucking demanding $50,000. People pay for it.
Oh, yeah.
People pay for it, because no one can do what they do, and they do it well. But the moment you think that that's the money's more important than what you create, that's it. You're done. I want to go out like Clint Eastwood, bro. That's how I want to go out. Like 90 years old, doing something, shooting something, like getting into some kind of, convention, something. Like, I got to keep doing it, because this is it for me. Like, I'm not going to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got to create my opportunities and make sure they, they're right for the community, and the rest comes, bro. Look, right there.
That's some deep shit, bro. Create your opportunities. That's on some deep level, bro. Create your opportunities. That's not like, let me wait for the opportunity. Let me hit up someone for the opportunity. Nah, create the opportunity. That's key right there, man. That's key right there. Let's create that opportunity for each other,
Do me a favor, bro. Let's quote all these quotables and put them out there.
Oh, yeah, man.
Absolutely, man. But thank you so much, man. I want to say hi to my cousin, Justine. How are you? I see you, Justine. Some of my cousins here from LA that I haven't, from California, that I've still yet to see.
Oh, I wanted to ask you, bro, since you were originally from California and then you moved out to New York after you lived in Panama, yeah.
Yeah, so I was born in California.
Would you ever do?
What?
Yeah, would you ever do a collaboration with Esteban Oriol?
Oh, that's my dude, man. Esteban is coming to the festival. Yeah,
okay.
Man, that's my.
Have you done a collaboration with him?
I'll probably take pictures of him, though. I don't know if I do. I don't know what a collaboration would be like, but we've done joint exhibitions where he shows his work and I show my work. So we collaborate on that sense. We're in the same book called Contact High, right? So we got this, and he's coming to the festival so he could talk about LA originals, at the festival, because he's also an inspiration, bro. He's an inspiration to all of us, right? Yeah. He started from 0 too, you know what I mean? Taking pictures,
exactly. Yeah.
And he's got negatives as well, like come from that same era. When he was doing a lot of the West Coast stuff, I was doing more of the East Coast stuff too, So.
Hey, bro, one last thing for the youngsters, man. What would you tell them? What would you tell them if a youngster came up to you and just like, man, I have a talent, but how do I develop it into something greater? What would you advise them?
Work on it every day. Work on it every day, because sometimes what happens to young people is like, if, for example, that person that will come to me and say, I want to develop into something greater. He's thinking of the final stage, right? He's defining that like, I know I'm talented, but I want to develop to something greater. He's thinking already like, if he's a musician, he's thinking stage, he's thinking, big time. But you can't think of the plan Because if you think of the plan is going to fail. If you draft a plan, it's going to fail. What you have to do is making sure every day you do something better than what you did yesterday. You know what I mean? And that right there is the greater that you're looking for. Because if you manage to be consistent, every day you do this better, and 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 that better, then you're going to accomplish that greater thing that you're looking for. But if you're going to try to do it from 0 to 100, it's not usually, if it happens that way, you lose it like that too. You don't build foundation, you know? So I would tell somebody that will come with that question to work on it every day and look back a year from now, look back 2 years from now, and I guarantee you 5 years from now, you're going to be sitting nice. But you got to do it every day, whatever it is. Whatever it is. Whether it's writing, whether it's taking pictures, whether it's acting, being a comedian, singing, you got to do it every day. As soon as you wake up, you know what I'm saying? Right. Put it together, because that's the only way you accomplish great things. The moment you put it off, the moment you're like, let me get this 9 to 5, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It might take you some time, but it will happen because you're doing it every day. And because when you do it every day, you love it, you attract, right? And think about this for a second, right? And I'm going to close it with that. When somebody decides to go into medicine school, like becoming a doctor, do we expect them to be a doctor in a year? No. You're going to medicine at 18. You don't become a doctor until you're like 33 or something like that. You got to go to 4 years of school, 6 years of school, then 8 years of school. Then you got to do a residence. You know what I'm saying? You got to practice all that stuff. By the time you really get to exercise what you study, you're like 30. Or late 20s. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, art is no different. You see a lot of young rappers, right? Blowing up early, young, right? Making a lot of money. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But a lot of them been working on their craft since they were kids. They were rapping, they were doing something, like Drake. Drake was acting since he was like, a kid. And then he got into music, and then people say like, oh, he blew up so much, but a lot of them been doing it for that long. So yeah, man, that's it for me, bro.
That's gold.
For those who
That's gold, man.
I just want to shout you out. Thank you so much for giving me the chance to come in and speak to the youth. I do it anytime, any place. Well, from my crib, to Live IG. And please, 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 this weekend, when you're sitting home, Thanksgiving, and there's nothing to do, go to officiallatino.com. All right? And I'm going to give you this code right now. All right? It's called Friends10. The word friends. As a matter of fact, you're going to post this up, right?
Friends 10?
No, you're going to post this live thing. You're going to post it up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll write it. Friends 10, give you free access to a free ticket to watch a bunch of movies this weekend.
Okay.
So, hey, from me to you, God bless you.
Gracias.
Stay safe. The Rona is real. Don't let people tell you that this shit is not real. And if they do, let them do themselves, because the shit is
They'll find out. They'll find out.
Yeah, man. Stay safe. Keep your family safe. Keep your abuelita safe. Your abuelito safe. Keep them safe. All right. And with that, you guys have a good night.
All right. You're a big inspiration, man. I appreciate everything.
Thank you, man. We talk soon. Peace.
Have a good night. Peace. So, y'all, that was Danny Hastings, the legend. Man, you guys know it. You know, he's in to represent for the people, for the La Raza, the Latinos in America. You know, we got to unite. We've got to work together. We've got to do this because we are in demand. You heard it. You heard him. We are in demand. If you got some skill of something that you are good at, some kind of passion that you have, you know, you have to implement the power of, you know, working on your craft every single day, because I want to see something new out there. I know you guys want to see something new out there. You know, like, we've got to do this. You know what I mean? I'm trying to perfect my craft, you know, whether it's in my writing, for storytelling, in my lyrics, for music, in my shit, I mean, everything. You know what I mean? I'm trying to do, you know, this podcast thing. You know what I mean? Trying to, you know, get the right people in, get the right inspiration, get us going, get us up and going with our craft. You know what I mean? We gotta do it to each other, though. None of this, you know what I mean? None of this, you know, oh, you know, I have the juice right now. I mean, I got something going on, and I'm not gonna share it. No. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people out there think that, nah, you know, I'm not gonna talk about this. I'm not gonna try to inspire someone to try to come up. For what? For what? Because we all need that inspiration. Like, we all in it together. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. But with that said, each one teach one. Y'all know what to do. All right. So for this episode of the Hip Hop Spot Podcast, with special guest Danny Hastings, I'm out. Gracias to everyone that joined in.